Hello, viewers. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to the Aijaz Qureshi Show. Today we have a brand new episode of the Aijaz Qureshi Show. Thank you so much for watching us on our YouTube channel as well as on Twitch television. Thank you so much for joining. आज का शो एक बहुत ही खास शो है और वो इसलिए खास शो है कि आज हमारी मेहमान जो हैं वो हैं शी इज़ टोटली अनस्टॉपेबल. तो आपने देखा पिछले दिनों आई हैड gone through a training, a great training, I am unstoppable, conducted by none other than the very famous Fahad Khan Saab. And then after that I had the honor and a pleasure to meet him in person on lunch here in Toronto area. And he is such a humble person, such a great person. He made us unstoppable. So definitely we'll talk about it more. But today's topic, let me share with you, is don't let anyone label your identity. Don't let anyone play with you and your identity. That's our topic today. And for this topic, we have our esteemed guest today, none other than Nehal Patel. Nehal Patel is from Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. And she is working as the regional marketing manager at one of the top tier companies, communication companies, and data communication companies in Edmonton in Canada. And she came to Canada about 5 years ago. And what happened with her life, that's very important story that we will be sharing with you. Just to let you know that how a person can be devastated at the same time, but empowered at the same time. And coming out of that devastation is really important for us. All the information about her is shared on the post. So please go through and read that introduction. I'm really impressed with this young lady here. Let's welcome Nehal Patel. Nehal, good morning.
Assalamu alaikum, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you for joining, and it's a really pleasure to host you.
I feel privileged to be on this show, and as like my friends and my peers know that this is the one thing I have always been hiding. I do not want it to. I always hold myself back, holding up, not sharing the story. But I do have amazing friends who always empowered me. So here I am today, overcoming one of my fear in 2021, going publicly.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. Yeah. You know, Nehal, holding on to us, it only impacts us. So, I mean,
Totally.
It affects it mentally, physically, emotionally. You know, this is something that need to be taken out, and we have to show the true faces of people, how far people can go, you know, and how to cope with the problems and the issues. You know, we all have gone through in our lives different kinds of mental states. All it starts from the stress, anxiety, and then it turns into depression. And from depression, unfortunately, most of the time it ends up in the suicidal cases. So, talking about mental health is really, really important. And
Totally.
we'll hear more about your story. We have a comment here. Uh, Say the Dibur Rahman with us. 5 minutes are up. 5 minutes are up. I'm sorry. Sorry, it takes a little while to get onto the show, so apologies. But here we are. Thank you so much. Javeri Azam is with us.
Exciting,
Saying,
Aijaz sir. Like we do always are so worried about like time on the live show. हम
exactly.
interviews और हर जगह दूसरी जगह जाते होते हैं या हमारी meetings होती है, then we're like, oh, okay, 5 minute ही हुए.
Opportunity, exactly. But Javeria Azam, I'm unstoppable. Absolutely, absolutely. We are all unstoppable. Thank you so much, Javeria, for joining on the show. Farwa Akhlaq हमारे साथ हैं. जनाब Farwa Akhlaq is a great friend of mine, ours, I should say. And
Yeah, I was gonna say that. Say.
she is the person who connected me to the unstoppable man on this planet, none other than Fahad Khan. And I really admire his energy, how much energy he brings on the floor when he's teaching, he is demonstrating, and he is talking to the people. I think the initial training, the first training was for 2 days, and it was phenomenal. I did not see a trainer
Indeed.
like that. So thank you so much for
It
hopping on
is.
the
And
show.
when you carry the positive energy, it amplifies. It does
Absolutely,
amplifies.
absolutely.
It's just, it's great.
बिल्कुल
He's a
बिल्कुल
great person. He's not only my friend, but he's a mentor to me too. And I have been blessed to have him and his family in my life. Everyone's such a great friend. And I always say that it's in a funny way that he's unstoppable in making Pakistan youth unstoppable. I
true.
am marvelous.
So you are unstoppable, marvelous. How about that?
That's even better. See, again, we are labeling here.
No. We are not leveling
No, I'm just,
in a
yeah,
good
in
way.
a
In a
good
good,
way, in an
in a good.
empowering way.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. फरवा कह रही हैं कि you will rock, Nelly. Love you loads. Thank you so much.
Love you too, Farwa.
निहाल कहूँ या Nelly कहूँ? What do you prefer?
Nelly is my, it's
Nickname.
really great story. Like, it was given by my niece. This name was given by my niece.
अच्छा.
When I used to be married, she always tells me she was 8 year old,
Hmm.
and she used to tell me whenever I visit her, she's like, Nehal is too boring. You should be called Nelly. And I'm like, okay. And
Yeah,
after that, like people do find hard to pronounce my name here in
yeah.
Canada. So at my work, everybody started calling me Nelly. So you can call me either way. That's not gonna change me. I'm myself. So
Okay.
either way, Nelly or Nehal, I'm proud.
That's great. That's great. Javeria Kenyan, lots of love for you, Nihal. Thank you so much for your love.
Thank you
Really
so much.
appreciate it. Thank you. फरवा Kenyan, thank you so much, sir. नहीं नहीं, thank you तो आपका जनाब, आपने मुझे कनेक्ट किया, इतने सारे लोगों से कनेक्ट किया आपने. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. जवेरिया कह रही हैं कि you're always welcome, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you. सुनील गौर भाई हमारे साथ हैं बॉलीवुड से, मुंबई में हमारे बड़े प्यारे दोस्त और भाई, फिल्म जर्नलिस्ट हैं, और कह रहे हैं सलाम निहाल जी, नमस्ते. एजाज जी, सलाम फ्रॉम राजेशगढ़, सुनील गौर मुंबई. बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया जनाब. थैंक यू सो मच फॉर hopping on the show.
Thank you.
Stay tuned. Thank you. Sayyid Adibur Rahman कह रहे हैं need to know about Nelly's life and her story. Absolutely, we are all excited. We are here to know about her life story, but stay tuned. We'll definitely share that. So thank you so much for the excitement. Ali Saki भाई कह रहे हैं कि love to see you both here. Thank you so much Ali भाई, बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया आपका. खुश
Thank you
रहिए.
so much, Ali.
Rakshanda हमारे साथ हैं, कह रही हैं marvelously unstoppable. Absolutely, yeah, exactly, isn't it? So that's our new क्या कहना चाहिए? New title of
Marvelously.
marvelously unstoppable.
Thank you
बहुत शुक्रिया.
so much. Thank you.
Ali Saki भाई, excited to know. Absolutely, हाँ,
Let's begin. Yeah.
create हो गई है. शेख हफ्सा हमारे साथ हैं. हफ्सा शेख कह रही हैं कि she is an example for so many women out there who feel they are stuck, and she can lead millions of women who are waiting for a leader. Absolutely, absolutely, you're right. But we'll definitely find out and talk about her freedom and everything else. So
I'm
just
so
stay tuned.
feeling blessed. I just want to add it, like to see the whole Fahad's team supporting here. It's a huge respect for me. I really appreciate everybody here on the channel commenting. Thank you so much.
Absolutely, absolutely. Thank you so much for hopping on the show. मोहम्मद शाहजेब खान ने इमोजीज भेजे. थैंक यू सो मच. फरवा अखलाक कह रही हैं कि many more to come इंशाल्लाह. Absolutely, absolutely.
Let's
Thank you so
begin.
much. जवेरिया कह रही हैं कि मैम फरवा एंड सर फहद बोथ आर माय आइडियल. हाँ जी, बिल्कुल, हमारे भी. फरवा से मैं बड़े अरसे से कनेक्टेड हूँ एंड शी सो हम्बल लेडी माशाल्लाह. Amazing personality. She has been a guest on my show as well, but I really admire her knowledge and experience and the passion for whatever she does. So thank you so much. Sunil Gorbhai कह रहे हैं कि accent and good looks has या कुछ वर्ड टाइप करने से गड़बड़ हो गई जनाब. आप इसको दोबारा से आप टाइप कीजिए. फरवत कह रही है कि यू आर अ वंडर वुमन. शी इज इंडीड. अली भाई कह रहे हैं कि यस यू गाइस आर मार्वलस. माशाल्लाह, थैंक यू सो मच. इसको ठीक कर लें, बस सिर्फ हमारी मार्वलस जो हैं वो हमारी मेहमान हैं. तो उसमें कह रहे हैं कि but her name is Nehal.
It's not Nehal. So people do misinterpret Nehal and Nehal.
हाँ,
It's N-E with an E-H-A-L. Nehal with an E.
it's Nehal. तो kept with love and affection. Thank you so much. जी बिल्कुल बिल्कुल. लेकिन निकनेम्स जो हैं वो बहुत सारी जगह पर जो है वो इस्तेमाल होते हैं. और वी लव छोटू, मुन्नू, गुड्डू, पप्पू. देखिए सब नाम होते हैं. तो मिर्जा जान मोहम्मद हमारे साथ हैं. करें ग्रेट फैन ऑफ यू बोथ. थैंक यू सो मच मिर्जा साहब, बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया आपका. We haven't even started our show, didn't talk about anything, and we have comments.
Yeah, let's begin.
Yeah, Azam कह रही है we love you Nehal. Thank you so much. सैयद अदीबुर रहमान कह रहे हैं कि my chachu's name is Nehal. अब मैंने नेहल कहा. Sunil Gaur, I said Nelly goes well with the accent and good looks. Thank you so much. बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया सुनील भाई. Great. Let's hop to the show. नेहल, आपसे मैं ये पूछूंगा कि जब आप छोटी सी थी, आप 3-4 साल की थी, just a little kid, what is the earliest childhood memory that comes to your mind?
The childhood memory I would say is I do wish I could change so many things, but it was part of my life. My childhood has been a little bit rough in the upbringing and the environment and the family. But when I look it back today, I feel like I have learned so much. And sometimes आपकी जिंदगी में जब आप छोटे होते हैं ना, आपके साथ कोई ट्रॉमा हो रहा होता है या आपके साथ जो चीजें नहीं होनी चाहिए, you have a different childhood than others. I didn't went outside to play much. I didn't go outside that much as normal kids to play. It has been a rough roller coaster ride as a kid. Early childhood memory, all I remember is all the traumas that have attached to myself. And I used to stick to that story for so many years. But over the time, I did realize and learn, like, everything, like, problems never stop. They merely got exchanged or they get upgraded as we grow. Like, as a kid, you just get pissed off about little things. I didn't got that candy. I didn't got that dress.
Yes.
मुझे ये खाने नहीं मिला था. मेरे दोस्तों के साथ मुझे घूमने नहीं मिला था. So there's so many little things as a kid. Those are our problems. As we grow, our problems change. It gets bigger, like career, life, settlement, शादी करना, दूसरी चीजें, career, city move करना. So it never stops. Like, there are so many things in our life that they don't stop. Like problems, as I said, never stop. I am very grateful that whatsoever that happened in my life, बचपन में ना मुझे हर चीज के लिए मुझे याद है. Like, I do remember I used to get beaten up by everybody in the family. That could be out of love. I'm not judging
Ah,
anybody,
say.
but it has been quite a rough ride. The one thing that I always wanted is to connect to my dad. And I do really wanted that I was able to spend more time with him since I didn't had a mom. And it's just a different feeling to grow up without your own parents. And then when you are living with different people, they do love you, but it's way different. They don't see you as your own child at times. And but they do love and care for you genuinely. It's not, I'm saying it, every family member that I have grown up with, I have learned something from it. It's
Hmm.
just about how we focus. मेरे में बहुत साल से ना I was filled with so much anger inside me that they did to me. I don't want to be very specific like which family members or whatever, but it's just overall I had a rough that trauma haven't left me even like I grew up. Even when I was an adult, the trauma didn't left me behind.
Oh my
But
goodness. Yeah.
I did come at a point that I need to understand how it's gonna serve me. Am I going to stick to the same story of victimhood that मेरे साथ जिंदगी में बचपन में ये चीजें हुई है, rather than would I focus on कि ठीक है जो चीजें हुई जो हालात थे
It's
उस वक्त
past.
पे,
It's gone, huh?
how can I change that? How can I learn from it and be a better person?
Yes.
And do I want to pass on to my kids that? No, it was an experience. Now
True.
I will be giving more love.
True. That's great. That's awesome. So the first incident that happened was at the age of 2.5 years, I guess. That was the time when your mom passed away, and the life changed. Is that right?
That is so true. And I just want to say this. When I say that I lost my mom, it's not, people do make a quick and their own assumption like she died. Unfortunately, like it's not. And it's the society. So my
Hmm.
mom did not die. She is alive, mashallah, and alhamdulillah, God gave her a really great life, and she lives longer and in healthy state. It's just when I was 2.5 years, I don't know what happened, what did not happen. But yeah, my mom wasn't there with me. My dad got remarried, and it's okay. Like things happen,
Okay.
situation happens. You
Yes.
don't go into the circles like what did go wrong and what could have gone right.
Hmm.
Right? The key is to live in the moment, to live in the present. It
Right.
was a rough childhood, but obviously, as I said it, my grandparents were the biggest support for me
Wow.
and all the family members. I have grown up in a family where I'm the only girl child. So I
Oh,
grew
really?
up with brothers. So
Wow.
it's a very different mentality.
Wow. That's awesome. That's great. So then you did your initial schooling, and then you chose to study marketing. Is that right?
Not really.
Not
So
really. Okay. So
yeah,
what field
it's
of
funny.
study
Like,
did you go to?
yeah, I did actually within I want to start with it. Within my family, I did got adopted couple times, and that has been a rough transition.
Oh.
And it's not something that I feel too sad about because I'm blessed. A lot of people, there's so much going on, human trafficking,
Mm.
orphanage. I'm blessed that they did not send me there. I'm
Yeah.
grateful for all the learnings and blessings that happen.
Mm.
And but it's a different transition when you're so young. You cannot follow your passion. I always wanted to be an interior designer. I
Mm.
wanted to study from one of the greatest designing institute, but I wasn't allowed because they had different dreams for me. They were like, no, you should be an accountant because your brother studied this, and your so like it's a different field. So I started doing after my bachelor's in commerce. Whatever, I was just following the instructions. It's just basically my parents told me, or like my uncle would tell me that we are getting your admission in this. I'll be
Mm.
like, okay.
Okay.
You
Yeah.
wanted to study chartered accountant. I started
Okay.
that, didn't finish it.
Okay.
After that I completed like company secretaries, and I never had any plan to come abroad for studies or anything because I was struggling with my own uh, life tragedies that were
Of
happening
course.
constantly in my life.
Yeah.
And there's so much drama. And when I say drama, it's not a bad drama, but like and our culture, like Desi culture, we do have lots of drama.
True.
We always have something, right?
Yes.
And that's when my parents decided, like my uncle, my dad, he's like, oh, okay, now iski shadi karwa lete hain hum, ye
Ah,
wo. So that was the major event in my life that has changed me completely.
okay.
Like I just thought, okay, like it was, I got married in 5 days. That
Hmm,
was a
5 days. Oh
cultural.
my goodness. Oh my goodness. Acha.
Yes, so I did got married in 5 days, and that I was too young that time. I was 22.
Hmm.
Uh, then I moved to Canada on spouse visa. So it wasn't like I was excited to start a new life.
Hmm.
Like, okay, I'm gonna
Of
leave
course, any woman
behind
would be.
my
Yeah.
old story and gonna
Hmm.
get married to a new story. We'll be
Yeah.
starting fresh.
True.
So when I moved to this country, it's Canada is beautiful. Trust me, the people are here so nice, so supportive,
True.
and it has opened up so many opportunities for me. But
Hmm.
when I moved here, I was in a complete shock. There were so many things that was unexpected.
Hmm.
And I think that's why I always say that embrace uncertainty more.
True.
I do not like certainty at all. Like I will be bored. I do embrace uncertainty because I don't know what's gonna come, what's gonna be the
Come
next.
next. Yeah.
You don't know, and you're well prepared for it.
True.
So when I came here, it was a cultural shock for me as well. Like I got married at a very young age. After five
Hmm.
days, I'm living with this guy. Then I started I started job at T Moderns. My first job was at T Moderns selling coffees. And I used to cry a lot. I'm like, this is a cultural shock for me coming from a bachelor's in accounting. I used to work in
Hmm.
an accounting firm,
Hmm.
and I have a very great family where I haven't done so many things which I used to, which I, when I moved here, I started doing it and I do not feel any ashamed. I have clean washrooms at T Moderns. I have sell coffees. I started working at Bye Bye Baby, doing replenishment. So it is a journey. It is
Yeah.
a journey. You
Yeah.
don't get where you are unless you start from the bottom.
True.
You always do take baby steps towards it. And I used to feel like, is this my life? Like what I studied back home, now this is, I got married, I'm selling coffees here, what am I doing? But it was okay, like I'm
Hmm.
learning, getting experience, and I
True.
have been so privileged. Like T Moderns, here, like it's just common. So millions and billions of people do drive to T Moderns every day, but the
Absolutely.
love that I got, I was in Saskatchewan. I came here in Canada, and the day I came here, that was minus 52 degree. So you could imagine. And
That
within
was
two
your
weeks,
welcome
I
to Canada.
started working. Sorry, sir?
That was your welcome to Canada.
Yeah, that was my welcome to Canada. And I'm like, let's get started.
Let's get it started, baby.
So, and then when I started working there,
Yeah.
day by day, like, all the customers who were coming regularly at that location in Saskatoon, they they love me so much, and that love, compassion, they do used to talk to you, what did you do back home, and that
Hmm.
conversation itself shows that you are interested in someone's life. It
Absolutely.
doesn't serve you, but
Yeah.
that healthy conversation. And when I was leaving, everybody was coming with a gift, and I was amazed.
Yeah.
Like at
Yeah.
T Moderns, who could have imagined to build that relationship,
Exactly.
to do it? That opened
True.
up an opportunity for me when I moved to Edmonton. Someone that used to come at T Moderns there referred me to Bye Bye Baby. Obviously, I had to go through the interview process,
Hmm. Hmm.
but to give that referral, it's a great thing, I guess. That's when I started working at Bye Bye Baby. After that, one of my peer friend, Hardeep, she said it, you have a accounting background, why don't you work in a bank? And I'm like, I would love to work in a bank. It's just I do get nervous because like there's no experience, and here people
Yeah.
do ask for experience, right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
And she referred it to her husband. That's how I got the job. And then after going through the interviews at RBC, then I met different people like Fahad. Then there was another friend of him whom he introduced me to Fahad at initially, And then I started working at CPM, Canada Prime Marketing, and that has opened doors for me. Like,
Wow.
I am so grateful where I am today and feel privileged to work with TELUS as a regional marketing manager, where I started and now where I am today.
Yeah.
I am amazed myself, and I do take in pride not by myself, it's the people, it's the relationship that I built.
Wow.
So during this process, yes, obviously, while I was working in RBC, that's the time I completely changed. One day, my husband tells me that you have to leave this house by 1st of July and then you're done.
Wow.
And we are done here.
Wow.
And I was like, I was so naive that time. I could not talk back. I was very shy. I was living in a shell,
Mm.
guarded and protected by different people. So when I say it, like, I could not talk back to anybody. I didn't even knew that I could have called cops. I didn't knew that I could have like, my name is on the lease. There were so many little things. I don't want to go into detail,
Mm.
but
Mm.
that was completely shocked. Staying in the park overnight, and like, I don't have any family. I had to call my uncle in the back home. I had to call my dad. I'm like, this is what's happening. He flew all the way from India right away in a couple of days. And I'm glad he did came over here, because people do always start labeling you. उसी ने जरूर कुछ किया होगा, उसकी कोई गलती होगी, वो कहीं भाग गई होगी किसी के साथ. And people do start making those stories.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
And
Exactly.
it's great, like, you don't when you're going through such a tragic moment in your life, you don't have time for all this drama. People
No.
say that you're lying. I'm like, for what, dude? I'm the one here lying on the park. I have
Yeah.
nothing with me. I
Exactly.
almost lost a job because
Yeah.
I was going through severe depression. And when I mean, I don't ever use depression word, because I feel it's too overrated nowadays. People just like, oh, मैं बहुत depressed हूँ. Or it's not. When you're feeling low, that's not depression. Like,
Yeah.
when you have nothing. I had no credit card, I had no money in my account, everything was taken away from me. And it was life changing event for me, I would say it. But as I said it, I have learned through it. I
Mm.
did come across so many grateful people. I'm so blessed to have those people in my life who taught me to stand up, to
Absolutely.
not let other people label you that did
Yeah.
you run away, did you got married. I can't even use such language that people have used for me on national TV, like, no. But they have labeled me in every way they possibly could have.
Wow.
How do someone know who's sitting back home
Yeah.
what I have been through, what I'm going
Exactly.
through,
That's
or
it.
what actually did? And
Yeah.
here's this one person who's telling the whole world to protect his and his family image that usne ye kiya hoga, ye kiya. They started making up stories.
Yeah.
And then my family was mad at me, thinking it, why
Okay.
are you not saying anything that what
Huh.
he did? And
Huh.
I'm like, I'm not focused on what they did.
Huh.
I'm in a shock.
Yeah.
And
Of
I
course.
could not ever expect it after 3 years of marriage, a person could do that.
Yeah.
But you know what? Because of him, when I said that, Marilyn, I don't want to bring her into it, but people do have different perspective, right? They have different perception. So talking about it, like, I did not choose this path. I did not choose to get married in 5 days. I did not choose to get divorced.
True.
I did not choose anything at that point of my life since my childhood. Now, after whatever I've gone through, those are the biggest blessings. I am in Canada. I have more freedom. A lot of people do struggle back home. They cannot take the step they want for their own inner happiness.
True.
There's so many blockages, cultural, society, there's family pressure. And like, you are always taught a girl needs to compromise. You, no matter what, you can't just leave. And I'm not empowering here anybody to
No.
get divorced or anything. It's
No.
your decision. You
True.
only know your life better.
True.
Nobody else does. So
True.
people do always find uh, others to blame. When I say I'm incredibly grateful, and I say thank you to my ex-husband, that because of him, there's so many people who struggle as a student, come on student visa, they have hardships. which I haven't gone through any. I just came on the spouse visa, and that is because of him. When we are focusing, yeah, there are so many bad things that happen.
Yeah,
Out of that, there are a couple good things.
absolutely.
Not always one person is at fault.
True.
So don't just always try to blame others just for your own soul satisfaction.
Yeah,
It's not the right way. It
true.
is not. And
True.
problems हर किसी की जिंदगी में आती रहेगी. Happiness comes from solving problems.
Yes.
And this is where, like, when I started working at CPM, Fahad, Vishal, Farwa, when I met her, and then Fahad's family, extended family, they're my great friends. I have incredible people who love me enough, who
Yeah,
care for me. I
absolutely.
have my, it's just the transition has been hard,
Yeah.
but I have never gone back and talked shit about my ex-husband or my family or
True.
anybody. I don't need to prove anything.
No.
And trust me, Ajaz sir, it took me 4 years. It wasn't easy. It took me 4 years to be where I am. 4 साल पहले मुझे कोई नहीं पूछता था. मेरी फैमिली वाले भी हमेशा मेरी लगता था I am at fault. But
Mm,
I'm pretty sure they are so proud of me today
mm,
that I'm not that same person, who's gonna pass on the blame. इसने इसकी वजह से मेरी जिंदगी खराब हो गई. इसकी वजह
mm,
से ये हुआ.
mm,
You're responsible for your own desires
mm,
and for your own happiness.
mm.
And the desire for more positive experience, I think it itself is a negative experience.
Right.
And paradoxically, the acceptance of one's negative experience is itself a positive experience.
True. True.
So
बिल्कुल
it's
ठीक.
just take your life easy. Be yourself. Stick to your own identity. Let people tell you whatever they want to. It's their opinion. And don't try to fight back. Don't get into a war to change that. You know, it happens for a reason. Everything in life is happening for you,
True.
not to you. That's what I have learned from some motivational speakers attending those events. I don't believe in this. I'm not a person who follows like motivational speaker as much as I
Mm,
do believe in them. And when I say it, I do only listen, attend Fahad's event for a reason. Because he's not there, he's not motivating people, he's transforming lives. I
mm,
got transformed. I came closer to my family more. And sometimes staying quiet is your greatest weapon. I stayed quiet for 4 years. I worked hard. I paid off my lawyer's fee. I did not talk back, justified myself कि मैंने ये किया है, नहीं किया है. Let people talk. Your job is to stick to your own, who you are. Be authentic, and one day the world will see that. The world's gonna see your good work, your good intentions out. My family, we don't talk every day, but I'm certain they are so proud of me today, where I am today. And my family and friends, Fahad and his team, his family, I'm so close to Fahad's wife. I do learn so much from her too. And like, I do say to my friends as well, some of them are housewives, some of them are working women, some of them are single moms. And it's okay. How being housewife is not easy too. There's a lot of work out of that. If someone choose to be that, it takes a lot of work. Don't disempower them saying that you're not doing anything. Some people are working from home, but they are not having that family related values, but that's okay. Okay, we are back. Sorry.
Sorry, Nehal. We had
So don't let
difficulties.
anyone, just
Yes.
be yourself, be authentic, stick to your intentions. What are you gonna impact? How are you gonna make an impact in this world?
Mm,
Show your true qualities. Do it from your heart, or don't else do anything. And that's where I talk about लोग कुछ भी कहेंगे, like whatever you are, women. I'm not in here talking about any pep talk on women empowerment. I do believe everyone's equal, women or men. They both have their emotions, and they have their own way of expressing their emotions.
absolutely.
So either way, like, don't let people judge you, or like I label you, like, oh, you're a divorcee, oh, you are a single mom, oh, you're a housewife, or you are this. No, you are your true identity, who you are.
Yeah.
Express yourself not to the world, but for your own happiness. I
True.
live alone in this country. I always thought that I would never be loved enough. I would never be enough for people. I realized over the time I'm so loved by everybody. Not necessarily you have to be loved by, you don't receive love from whom you expect. Sometimes when you give love out selflessly to the
Yeah,
world, you're going to receive it from them.
absolutely. Yeah, it's
So
always giving.
that's a little bit of my journey in a nutshell.
Awesome, awesome. That's great. Thank you so much for sharing that. Let's take some comments here, Neha. What is how far we can go back? Here, Faizan Khalid is with us. You are a true inspiration, Nehal. Thank you so much. जी, बहुत बहुत
Thank you,
शुक्रिया.
Faizan.
Ali Saki ne kaha, yes, yes, Nehal is marvelous indeed. Thank you so much for that. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for the emojis. Mahvish Yati is with us. Love from Pakistan. Thank you so much, Mahvish, for hopping
Love
on.
from Pakistan. Aijaz sir, I would like to add
Yes,
something to that.
yes.
I do like I don't believe, like, there are people, and some of the people, they're like, "Are you Pakistani?" And this is the fun saying that I do say that I'm half Indian, half Pakistani,
Ah,
and half Canadian. It's
good.
just whatsoever country. I do love the culture. It's not how people portray in the movies, or they have different perception.
No,
They
good.
haven't seen the country. It's
True.
so beautiful. It's gorgeous. There's
Absolutely.
so many beautiful places, and the
True.
people are really amazing. I
True.
do love both
Thank you.
countries, and all the countries, I would say it. It's
Awesome.
amazing.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Mahvish Yati saying, Nehal, you're a big fan from Pakistan. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Mahvish, thank you. Farwa Akhlaq is saying, you are an inspiration for my girls and women. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. By the way, Farwa, your DP is really, really amazing. I just noticed this one.
She's a beautiful soul.
Yes, absolutely, she is. Ali Saki is saying you're really a strong person. Yes, she is. Thank you
Oh,
so
thanks,
much.
Ali.
Javeri Azam is saying you're an inspiration for all of us. Yes, absolutely, she is. Abdul Wahab is with us saying you are an unstoppable woman. You deserve that. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Abdul.
Maninder Barar is with us. Unstoppable, Nelly. Thank you so much. Thank you, Maninder. Komal Iqbal is with us saying, more power to you, Nehal. You are an inspiration to many girls. Thank you so much. Really
Thank you, sir.
appreciate it. Love from Pakistan again, Komal Iqbal. You're famous in Pakistan, Nehal. Thank you so much.
I feel privileged, sir, and as I said it, I work with so many people from Pakistan. I
Yeah,
love the country as much as I love my own country. It's
awesome.
beautiful.
Awesome. That's great. That's wonderful. Sunil Gorbhai saying sometimes remaining quiet sends the wrong message. People feel the quiet one is guilty. हाँ, चुप रहने से खामोशी से भी लोग समझते हैं कि जो है वो ये मुजरिम है ये जरूर इसने
See, that's what people think. Jasser, abhi main na kuch dino pehle I was watching a video.
Hmm.
That guy's name is a famous वो car stunts करता है, Ken Brooks. His name is Ken Brooks. He
Okay.
does it. He really mentioned a great statement that over the years उसकी channel इतनी famous है अभी, कहता है there was a time when I was jailed by a cop when I jumped out of my car while
Hmm.
stunting. He was learning the stunts, and that's where he got jailed. And now people do get mad if he doesn't jump out of the car. And he's so famous and getting all the biggest Formula One sponsorship, all that big cars. So it's all
Wow.
about people's perception will change if
Yes.
you just stick to your goal and intention, what you're supposed to do in your life, and
Yeah.
that will speak out automatically.
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल सही कहा आपने बहुत शुक्रिया फिट बॉय कह रहे हैं कि व्हाट इज योर मैनेजमेंट स्टाइल अच्छा चलें जी मैनेजमेंट स्टाइल बताएं आप अपना कौन सा क्या मैनेजमेंट स्टाइल है आपका
Management style, what you're referring to, fit boy management style, as in managing the house, managing my life, managing at my work. So it's a very broad question, but
हाँ
in a nut, I would say manage your own time. Be mindful of your own thoughts. What are you feeding into your brain? What are manage where you want to go in your life, What's your purpose of your life? And by purpose, I'm not saying you always need to have a bigger purpose. Like, my purpose in life is to help people. And I'm not saying inspire people. That's Fahad's job and his team's job. That's what they do. They're
True.
out there. I'm not here for pep talk. But manage your own time, manage your own emotions, control, be in charge of your own time, and
True.
like be mindful what you want to do in life, what are your
Mm,
intentions, whom you want to impact, whom
mm,
you are loving selflessly, what you want to do for that person at your work. What is your goal? Why did you take up this position? Please do give 100%. If you cannot manage your work time, if you're not just being honest to your work, which is paying you, which is paying your bills, which is आप अपनी जॉब की वजह से आपका घर चल रहा है, आपकी
mm.
कितनी चीजें जो है वो फुलफिल हो रही है. सो आई
बिल्कुल.
वुड से लाइक बी रिसोर्सफुल. आप जितने जहाँ पे भी काम कर रहे हो, just give your 100% of your time. Just
बिल्कुल.
manage little things.
बिल्कुल, बहुत शुक्रिया आपका. थैंक यू सो मच. आई होप कि फिट बॉय आपको जवाब मिल गया होगा आपके सवाल का. अली साकिब भाई ने कहा कि लोड्स ऑफ लव फ्रॉम पाकिस्तान. थैंक यू सो मच फॉर द लव. फरवा कह रही हैं कि वेटिंग फॉर यू टू विजिट पाकिस्तान. डेफिनेटली, यस यस, व्हाई नॉट, डेफिनेटली.
Inshallah.
आसमा सैयद हमारे साथ हैं. आसमा कह रही हैं कि लव फॉर निहाल.
Thank you.
Asma is a great person. She has been part of the Unstoppable family as well. Thank you so much, Asma. फरवा अखलाक कह रही हैं कि we are so proud of you. We all are, फरवा, actually. Thank you so much. Thank you. मोहम्मद रिजवान भाई कह रहे हैं कि how do you work under pressure? अच्छा सवाल है.
That's a very good question. And I do feel when you are highly under pressure, you become more productive because
Hmm.
you know your deadline. You
Hmm.
know that you focus, you laser focused on that task or the
Hmm.
project so much. That's how I do it. When I'm under pressure, when things come from my
You perform that.
management,
Yeah.
exactly, that this is what you need to do. I will rally all the things that I could possibly,
Hmm.
that, and as I said it, I'm the person who embrace the uncertainty the most.
Yeah.
I do love it. So laser focus, आपका focus कहीं और जाना ही नहीं है. When you are
बिल्कुल.
under pressure, आपका focus एक ही जगह पे होगा, and where focus goes, your energy flows. So you're gonna perform so well. So I like working under pressure. So
Awesome.
do that. Well, try to do that because your productivity, your focus, everything will amplify, and you're gonna present the best when you're working under pressure.
Awesome. एक और अच्छा सवाल इनका है कि and how also how do you conflict at work? होते हैं conflicts? काम पे कैसे conflict आप resolve करते
There's gonna be conflicts
हैं? Everywhere.
in every way. चाहे हस्बैंड वाइफ है, मॉम डैड से है, भाई बहन है, दोस्त है सालों से, कॉन्फ्लिक्ट्स होने ही होने हैं.
बिल्कुल.
And as I said it, it's the ability to focus. Or like, let's say काम पे conflicts होते हैं,
Hmm.
and there were times that I do have conflicts with my peers,
Hmm.
and that's where you start analyzing it. Okay, here are the conflicts. Are you wanting to discuss with your peer that
Hmm.
how to resolve this conflict?
Hmm.
Or are you going to talk more about and keep nagging about those conflicts? Well, I'll use my recent example. I did have conflict at my work. Sometimes, not always,
Hmm.
sometimes you do have conflicts. Conflict of time, conflict of thoughts, conflict. There's so many different conflicts that you could possibly come. What
Hmm.
I did is I did focus on myself.
Hmm.
Okay, if this is not working, where I can change myself.
Hmm.
And when you start focusing on yourself rather than pointing other person's problem, you will resolve the conflict
बिल्कुल.
only if you are willing to. But
Yeah.
if you love that suffering state and you love those conflicts in your life, then you're just going to find more conflicts
True.
and just going to keep talking about it. I always say people, there are some people who always talk about the same problems. And
Hmm.
I do say that, if you're not willing to take any action, don't keep on repeating those problems.
Hmm.
It's not
True.
going to serve you, not going to change, not going to make any difference.
True.
So try to resolve those conflicts, focusing on yourself, that what are the things that you could change and how can you be better rather than expecting the other person to change.
Awesome. Awesome. That's great. Next question. Next comment is from Hafsa Sheikh saying, You're so strong and lovely soul. A lot love
Thank you,
from
Hafsa.
Pakistan. Love from Pakistan. Thank you so much. Thank you. Maninder Barar is saying, We all are proud of you, Nehal. Keep going. You have got this. Live blessed. Thank you so much. Live blessed. Thank you so much. Thank you. कुछ कहेंगे आप इनको?
Maninder, see, Ijaz sir, I am feeling so loved right now. Maninder, Hafsa, Farwa, Ali, Wahab, everybody is from Fahad's team.
Awesome.
And this is I don't still work with the CPM, the Canada Prime Marketing,
Mm,
but the amount of love. I, I always say that you come across some people for a reason in your life.
true.
And I'm so incredibly blessed and privileged to receive love from the whole team supporting me right now.
Awesome.
And it's a great honor. And it's the relationship you build, it's the trust you built, right? So I'm so proud of everyone else in the team as well. They are all unique. They do have some skill sets and they do bring unique qualities into the team. So thank you so much to all of them.
And I would definitely take this honor to mention that Fahad Khan is a great person, great human being, great
100%.
amazing person. To be honest, I meet hundreds of thousands of people, or I have met in my life, but trust me, there is some energy in him that keeps emitting positive energy that keeps emitting. It's up to us how to catch it and how to use that positive energy to strengthen ourselves and make ourselves better. So definitely, thank you.
Totally. And I wish I worked longer with him too. He hasn't created a corporation. He has built family over there. The reason, like when we always talk about it, he wants whatever he has learned, like whatever the culture that he has built here,
True.
he had
Yeah,
the vision to take the same uh, concept to Pakistan to create more job opportunities in his
true.
own country, to
Absolutely.
empower more people and impact life, build the culture. And I can say, like during this COVID, when he was there in Pakistan, he did build that culture and that uh, open up new job opportunities for people. So
Hmm.
it's really thoughtful.
True, true. Thank you. JP Juhi with us saying, stay strong and stay blessed. You're a conqueror, Juhi. Lots of love. Thank you so much. Really
Thanks, Julie. She's a childhood friend. She's the only friend from my school that I'm in connection with, like I'm connected with.
awesome, awesome. And uh, what if I have a pleasant surprise for you, Neil? What could that be?
Pleasant surprise.
Yes.
Is that if I think right now, the pleasant surprise would be to see all my friends whom I haven't seen for the longest time. That would be
Okay.
the pleasant surprise to me right now.
Okay. All right. Let's see that.
Oh no.
अस्सलाम वालेकुम।
वालेकुम सलाम।
अस्सलाम वालेकुम जज कुरैशी साहब, क्या हाल है?
मैं ठीक ठाक हूँ फहद भाई, आप कैसे हैं? We were talking about
अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह।
and we couldn't stop talking
आपने
about.
आपने आखिर निकाल ही लिया, इनको ले ही आए लाइव। हाँ,
Absolutely,
इनको
absolutely.
धक्का दे दे के थक गए हम लोग। 2 साल के थे, नहीं हमने नहीं लाइव आना।
नहीं, it's a
Sometimes you
privilege.
need just enough leverage in life, and then people just do it. And finally, she had that leverage to be here. So
Yeah.
great job. And I've been listening for the last 47 minutes, 48 minutes.
Thank
So good job. Keep on sharing. But Aijaz Saab, you need to dig a little bit deeper. She haven't shared a lot of things she should be sharing. And that will be really inspirational for a lot of people. She cut down on a lot of stories because
We are
that
not
could be
done. We
really
are not done
inspirational
yet.
for a lot of people. Because she didn't
Absolutely.
share the real pain.
We are not
Because
done
the
yet.
thing is, I think that maybe she's shy not to put her family or friends or other people on spot. That's how it sounds like, but it's all good. The reason I always have asked her to share, her side of story is the reason not to put anybody down. It's more about so many
Empowering.
people around feel stuck.
True.
क्योंकि कई लोग stuck हैं, हमें लगता है यार हमारी जिंदगी में ही बहुत बड़ी प्रॉब्लम है।
True.
देखो, हमें लगे कि हमारी जिंदगी में हमारे साथ ही ज्यादती हुई है। When we look at other people's story, how much they were stuck, and what they did to come out of it.
Bilkul.
Then we relate. We're like, holy shit, we are in heaven,
Yeah,
right? So maybe
exactly.
that's the reason I've been saying to her. And thank you, Qureshi Saab, that you made it happen. And
Thank
continue
you.
doing. I think you guys are doing a great job. Keep it
Thank
up, Nehal. Keep it up, Aijaz Qureshi Saab.
Thank
Love you
you,
guys.
Fahad.
And
you so
I'm
much.
surprised with all the team. They all came and supporting you. So I
Absolutely.
think they
Thank
made a
you.
huge impact.
Thank you. जाते जाते वो
Thank you.
नारा लगा करके जाएं सर.
Unstoppable.
I'm unstoppable.
Unstoppable.
I am unstoppable. So are all of you. Thank you so
Thank you.
much. Love you guys. Take
Thank you.
care. Allah
बहुत
Hafiz.
Thank you. Thank you so much for joining.
That was Fahad Khan, the CEO and founder of CPM, Canada Prime Marketing. मेरे
Thank
दोस्त.
you. That was a pleasant surprise. And it's honestly to see someone who has impacted your life to be able to come. And that's what I had in my mind. So, as always, Fahad or anybody that says, you don't get it until you ask for it.
Absolutely.
But don't always keep asking. Otherwise, you're not going to get anything.
Absolutely. True. So that surprise was planned actually.
That
And
was really good. Thank you so much. And as I said it, the CPM family is incredible. They have so much potential. And I just want to see more stories. And yes, Fahad was right. There are certain things that I did not focus it. You always save something for later. And it's the questions that you ask, the quality answers you get, right?
Absolutely. So we are actually 51 minutes into the show, Nehal. How much time we have so that we can formulate the rest of the show?
I
More time.
we can go, but like not too longer. I had to go back to work as well as I'm
Yes.
committed to work.
Yes. Absolutely. All right. A few more comments, and then we'll come back to the show. Farwa saying, thank you so much, sir. Thank you, Farwa.
Farwa is great. She pushed me literally. Like I always say, there's two fears: fear of known and fear of unknown.
Yeah.
And that's where you find it. Like हर चीज हम पहले जो क्या बुरा हो सकता है क्या नहीं हो सकता ये उसी चीज पे focus करते हैं. And for us, like, you're gonna do best. Ali, the whole CPM team have encouraged me along with Pat, so I'm really blessed. Thank you.
So they made you to come on my show, is that right?
They did push me. Like when I talked with you, you know that I took my own time. I wasn't,
You did.
as I said it, I never even talked on Fahad's show ever or did. I'm a person, I don't like to share much of my own life. But when I thought, like when Fahad created this WhatsApp group for women, I did come across so many women who needed this, who feel so stuck, and they do feel like they cannot do anything. But they have so much potential. Everybody is a superwoman in their own way.
Absolutely.
And everybody has challenges and they can do it. You have to pay price for it. It's not going to be easy. That's definitely, it's not going to be easy. But trust me, and I'm not saying again, like, I'm not saying to motivate or something. This is my own life experience. I have gone through the things that you could only imagine. I have gone through so much, and that was not just one incident. Since my childhood, there have been so many things. But as I said it, what did I do about it? Did I just complain, sit back, and talk about it? Ye ho gaya, wo ho gaya. You gotta step up. You gotta take some action. And when you cannot take some action, don't feel stuck. Don't blame others. Don't blame your in-laws. Don't blame your husband. Don't blame your wife. Don't blame your friends. The change begins within you. If you really want to change, take some massive action. So that's all I would say.
Awesome. Great. A few more comments. Shahbaz Khan with us saying your story is a real inspiration for everyone. Absolutely, it is. I really appreciate the people who had started working hard in a younger age. Best wishes for the future. Thank you so much, Shazib. Really appreciate it. Farwa Akhlaq is saying, and thank you so much, Nehal. Your powerhouse. She is.
Thank you, Farwa.
Muhammad Rizwan is saying, totally agreed with you, Nehal. Thanks for sharing your thoughts with us. Thank you so much. Really
Thank
appreciate
you.
it. Farwa is saying, "Oh my goodness, how many comments we got? Oh my goodness, there's tons of comments."
Parma, that's not happening, and you
I would
know
love
that.
to host you in Pakistan one day. Definitely. No, no. Why not? Why not? That would be definitely happening. Yes, yes. Someday. Someday. Um, More comments. Ali Saki saying, Aijaz Qureshi, you're doing wonderful work for bringing up amazing
Truly.
personalities on your show. Thank you so much. मैं इसका जवाब उर्दू में दूंगा. मैं हूँ, मुझसे लोग पूछते हैं कि आप क्या करते हैं, what is your profession? मैं कहता हूँ मैं हूँ माली. तो माली का काम गार्डनर जो होता है, गार्डनर का काम होता है कि पौधे लगाना और उनको पानी देना और नर्चर करना, एंड दैट्स अबाउट इट. एंड व्हेन दे शाइन, they bloom, that is my payback actually. So it's all about you people and empowering you actually. That's my passion, that's my forte, and that's the job I've been doing for the past 3 years, and I hope I'll be continuing to doing that with your support, definitely. So thank you so much.
Thank you. And I would love to add that to Aijaz sir. You're an amazing person bringing, sho- like opening up this opportunity where you bring different personalities, different people with different talent. It's so good. Like you learn from this platform so much and bringing it together. It's a really great job.
Thank you.
I'm really inspired by that. Thank you
Thank
so much.
Thank you. Thank you. That part was unsponsored actually. So thank you. It's unpaid.
Maybe under the table you did, Mike.
Thank you. Thank you. All right. Farwa saying, totally agree. Alisa Rejaz is doing an amazing job. Thank you so much, Farwa. You're amazing. You're amazing soul. Thank you. Thank you. Abdul Wahab कह रहे हैं कि when are you coming to Pakistan? We love you.
We'll love to host you.
Yeah, definitely. You have to
Wahab,
take a
we
trip.
need all
You have
of
to
us.
take a trip. Yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead, sir. Go ahead.
No. मैं कह रहा था कि you have to take a trip to Pakistan, definitely.
Inshallah, one day I will.
One day, yes. Ali
If I
Saki
get
said,
visa, I sure would.
हाँ, वीजा का बड़ा मसला है. आप यकीन करें, I work for Accenture. Accenture is one of the Fortune 500 companies in the United States, here in Canada as well. And I had to go to Bangalore for my work actually. I used to manage a big team that was situated there in Bangalore, and I applied for the visa. I didn't get it. I did not get the visa, unfortunately. So yeah, there are
It's sad.
some issues, and it's sad, really, to be honest. And this is all because of these politicians who are really playing for their own benefits. And I mean, we both countries are the same.
Totally.
We have same culture. We have same blood. We
Exactly.
there is
And that's what I say, sir. That's why I love this country. As I said it, the lots of people have made their own perception, और उन्होंने एक अपने ख्याली पुलाव बना के रखे कि this is what the country looks like. Same with either vice versa. But I have seen both cultural so closely. I have friends. I have like who are like my family, and I think it's the same cultural. It's as beautiful as it is, and people do love each other. We have never seen any such I never come across any such country issues or like ye cheeze masle kabhi I have never come across.
नहीं
We
बनेगा.
do love as we are,
बिल्कुल.
regardless from where you are. It's the politicians, economic, there's so much that they are doing it. We wish we could just cross borders just like normal people, visit. There's so many. I know Ali and other people who have family who got parted. So I think it's just how we can't control. That's on a very huge level. There are certain things out of our control, but
True.
we'll always find ways. If
Yeah.
not, then we all will visit to Canada.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Now the next comment, let me take a stab at it, try to answer that, and then you can take a stab on it. Okay.
Sure, sir.
आजाद सोच वाला कह रहे हैं कि what is your greatest accomplishment? आजाद भाई, अगर आपने शो शुरू से नहीं देखा तो आप इस शो को जरूर देखिएगा शुरू से. नेहल की जो अकम्पलिशमेंट है, ये जो आज यहाँ पर बैठी हुई हैं, और जो ये आज हैं, ये अब से 4 साल पहले ऐसी नहीं थी। तो ये ही इनकी अकम्पलिशमेंट है कि शी इज माशाल्लाह हियर, शी इज अ ब्रेव वुमन, शी इज सो मच empowered, she is unstoppable. She is working now at a senior position in a tier 1 company here in Canada. She is not introvert anymore, she's extrovert. She knows how to express her feelings and how to point out things. क्या कहेंगी आप इस सवाल पे?
I completely echo back your words, sir. और बिल्कुल यही चीज है, मैंने बताया कि 4 साल पहले कोई मुझे पूछता तक नहीं था, and it's not like I felt like I didn't even existed for myself. We all have that one voice, and when you realize when that your voice can be so impactful and empowering for your own self, if
True.
you're doing it for your own self, it's gonna inspire others too. The
बिल्कुल.
things that you learn, वो अपने खुद के लिए पहले करोगे, the world's gonna feel that love. The love I'm receiving it today, that's my accomplishment. That support and the care and love I got, that's an accomplishment.
Awesome, awesome, great. Thank you so much. आजाद सोच वाला भाई, आपके सवाल का जवाब मिला होगा. फरवा कह रही है कि you are a gladiator. Gladiator, बिल्कुल ठीक. When फरवा, let me tell you the gladiator story. Gladiator, आप मेरी बॉल पे जाइएगा, देखिएगा, gladiator सर्च कीजिएगा. Gladiator is a brand here. They make delicious burgers. तो उनका बर्गर जो है is a stacked burger. 3 patties burger is this high, literally this high.
Wow.
Or oh my goodness. So Gladiator जब भी मैं देखता हूँ ना, तो I connect to that burger. So thank you so much. But yes, she is. बिल्कुल, बिल्कुल. मनिंदर बरार ने कहा कि ग्रेट टू सी यू सर. थैंक यू सो मच मनिंदर जी, बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया, धन्यवाद. अब्दुल वहाब कह रहे हैं कि दैट्स ग्रेट सरप्राइज एजाज क्रैशी, नॉट फॉर नेहल बट आल्सो फॉर अस. कौन सा वाला सरप्राइज, थोड़ा सा जरा मुझे बताएं.
He's talking about Fahad.
अच्छा, हाँ हाँ हाँ, बिल्कुल बिल्कुल, that was a surprise. Yes, exactly. तो बहुत शुक्रिया आपका. अली भाई कह रहे हैं कि Nehal, I wanted to see you more doing many more great things, mashallah, and thanks. Thank you so much. जी, बहुत शुक्रिया. Definitely, definitely. जबीर आजम ने कहा we are all proud of Nehal. बिल्कुल जनाब, बिल्कुल ऐसे ही हम सब proud हैं. ये FK is there.
See, people do feel that energy. That's why he has that energy that
Yes,
amplifies in everybody.
exactly. And I'm so grateful to Fahad Bhai ke he hopped on, and although he's a very 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 busy.
Very big.
Absolutely, you know that, right? You work with him, but it's a great.
It was a pleasant surprise.
Yeah,
Thank you
yeah.
so much to him,
You
and
could
I'm really
imagine I could bring
grateful.
him, right, Nehal?
And thanks to you for thinking of that. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, thank you. Love to see you guys together. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Sunil bhai कह रहे हैं कि people are very judgmental everywhere. Why is that? People judgmental क्यों होते हैं? क्योंकि कुछ और करना नहीं होता उनको.
करना नहीं है और
Yes.
कुछ they don't have anything to focus on. That's why they focus more on others' life. Their own life is not fulfilled. And this is what when something जो ये events में unstoppable भी बात करते हैं that about fulfillment, that's why it's important. Because when you're so focused on yourself, when you're fulfilled and you work on yourself, you don't judge other people. But I would say criticism sometimes it's good because that helps you grow. That gives you a different perspective as well.
Positive
But
criticism.
don't judge anybody for their action.
Positive criticism हमेशा करें, वो अच्छी बात है, लेकिन
Exactly.
judge करना
Don't be
नहीं.
a constructive criticism. Yeah.
अच्छा नेहल, ऐसा है कि I have so many comments and I have so much to talk to. ठीक है? Is it possible for you to extend your time off a little bit more?
For sure.
30-40 minutes. You can take a break now, take a minute or two, and if you want to send them a message or you want to talk to them, but I would love to continue this discussion for a little longer.
Yeah, just give me one literally minute. I'm just gonna grab my work phone and just gonna text it. So
No,
I just be mindful.
yes. All right, viewers, Nehal will be back, and so will your comments be. I would love to her see your comments as well. So just hang in there, and she will be back because she took off from work for an hour, and we are a little over an hour. And we should be mindful. We should be respectful of her work schedule as well. It's a work day here. Friday is a work day, and yeah, she took time off. Initially, we book an hour, but these discussions they take longer. And I am really thankful, grateful to all of you who are here present right now on the show, and all those who have joined and left. But thank you so much. It's an honor to have you here and comments. So thank you so much. Definitely, we'll be taking more comments soon. Nehal is back on the show. Meanwhile, I hope you're enjoying the discussion. Do let me know, all of you. Please do let me know how we can make this show better, and what kind of topics you want to see on this show, so that we can bring the people accordingly, and we can definitely talk to them. All right, once you're ready, Nehal, just give me thumbs up so that I can bring you back. All right, here we go. All right, welcome back.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Sir, I would like to add one thing.
Yes.
I'm just feeling really, in a good way, emotional. I just kind of saw my, while I was texting to my manager that I'm going to start at this time. I did saw my cousins, my family are messaging me that they're so proud of me, whom I haven't heard from the longest time. And it's so inspiring. So it's a huge thing.
Thank you.
I never spoke about it, and I do love them. Who doesn't want to have a family and be loved within it, right?
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
today, I'm really happy to be able to see my brothers, sisters watching, and cousins watching, family watching. My dad is watching. I was not aware about it, and I
Awesome.
is texting me that we are proud of you. It's a huge thing when you haven't heard them from the longest time. Thank you
Wow.
so much.
Wow. Thank you so much, Neil. And I'm really great, thankful to all the viewers. As I said while you were away, I mentioned that. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining and making this show possible and interesting with your presence. So thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. अच्छा जी, तो कुछ और कमेंट्स हैं। हाँ जी, ये हमने कमेंट लिया था जजमेंटल का, बिल्कुल ठीक है। जवेरिया कह रही है यस, थैंक यू। आई एम अनस्टॉपेबल, यस आई एम अनस्टॉपेबल, बिल्कुल जी। अली कह रहे हैं कि थैंक्स नेहल, इट मींस अ लॉट टू एवरी वन ऑफ अस। एब्सोल्युटली, एब्सोल्युटली इट डज।
Thank you.
सुनिबा कह रहे हैं कि योर फ्रेंड्स विल टॉक and they will side with you. Your ex-husband's friends will side with him. So it's cesspool. अच्छा, देखिए, मैं नहीं समझता हूँ कि let me say a few words, Nehal, and then I'll come back to you. देखिए, हर जी शऊर आदमी, वो आदमी जो सोच रखता है, वो आदमी जिसके पास अपना जहन है और जो चीज़ों को असेस कर सकता है, ठीक है। हमारे सामने अगर लाल है तो हम उसको लाल ही कहेंगे, हमें लाल नजर आ रहा होगा, हमारा ब्रेन हमें सिग्नल दे रहा होगा कि ये चीज़ रेड है, ये लाल है, इसको हम लाल कहेंगे, उसको हम सब्ज नहीं कहेंगे। तो इनके हस्बैंड के जो दोस्त हैं, अगर उनको जो है वो समझ और बूझ है, तो वो डेफिनेटली जो चीज़ गलत है उसको गलत कहेंगे, जो चीज़ सही है उसको सही कहेंगे। तो मेरा कहना ये है। बहरहाल नेहल से पूछते हैं कि ये क्या कहेंगे।
That's actually an interesting question, and I'm more than happy to help because it's not like that. Trust me.
बिल्कुल।
When we were going through this process, like, as I said it, I was a different person. I used to just follow and not lead. And उस time पे जो मेरे एक्स हस्बैंड के दोस्त थे, फैमिलीज थी, यस इनिशियली चाहे जो भी मर्जी हो, एंड इट्स द नेचुरल ह्यूमन बिहेवियर that you're gonna support your own blood first, no matter what. It is the truth.
चाहे
जो
वो गलती पर ही हो।
चीज है, absolutely, and you cannot change that. But I had a very different experience. I would say that हमेशा हम लोग गलत चीजों की बात करते हैं, लोगों ने गलत की है, yes, they did so much, and I don't want to go into the details. As I said it, they took everything from me except myself, and they did ruin my image kind of in the society back home. Lekin, how is are they going to come and pay my bills? Are they going to help me in any way, mentally, emotionally, financially? No, things do happen, and it's natural that my family is going to support me, his family is going to support him, which is okay. And you need that mental support at times. I did not have any financial support, and I had very little emotional support from my family. Only my cousins that who are so close to me could understand what I'm going through rather than blaming me or doing things. The great thing is, even some of my in-laws, my brother-in-laws, and they did stood for me. So it's not always that everyone's gonna do that.
Absolutely.
He, when you're so mature enough, आपका खुद का एक ज़हन होता है, आपकी खुद की एक सोच है, आपके खुद के own values and beliefs है. उस हिसाब से मैंने कहा कि you don't care about other people's judgment. My brother-in-law stood there for me, talking what's right and what's wrong. I did not had to ask for him. And as I said it, कि चीजें होगी. So don't expect someone others के वो आपको support करे. This is the should not expect at all, and that's not a cesspool. It's obvious thing. So just live with that and don't try to blame them though. Your family and your friends or whatever, they're gonna do it. Oh, उसी की गलती है, उसी ने ये किया होना, or like we always blame them, but don't do that. It's not gonna serve you in any way.
Thank you. Thank you. बहुत शुक्रिया. Ali Saqib keh rahe hain, Aijaz Qureshi, love your passion. Thanks. You're good. Thank you so much. Thank you. I remain humble.
You are.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. फाद भाई का मैसेज है, माय गुडनेस. फाद भाई का मैसेज अभी एक मिनट लेता हूँ मैं, लेकिन हमें थोड़ा सा ज़रा चेंज करना पड़ेगा क्योंकि हमारे ये वाले फॉर्मेट में हम इसको ट्राई करते हैं मैसेज को फाद भाई के. That's a lot better. तो they करें कि Sunil, why that matters, if ex-friends are taking his side, they can send every talking BS and crap. At the same time, smart ones can take that time and to evolve and find a way to be out of a miserable situation. बिल्कुल बिल्कुल सही कहा आपने.
So true. All of the friends, all of my ex-friends, they were talking shit. They who one at time respected me so much. They used to come at my place. We used to do lots of gatherings. They love my food and everything. And all of a sudden this happened. They started talking shit. They cut off. And now when I got home, when I did evolve, not with their help, but with the other people, with Fahad, his team, his family, who are my great friends, they did supported me, and I do value that so much. And now when they come back, they call me. I know how to stand guard that. Like when someone's not standing you in your heart as difficult times and making judgments, labeling you, and now you're doing great in life. All of a sudden, people do come. Hey, Nehal, I would love to come and come to your place. And I'm like, really? After all these 4 years, when you had zero support, now you're आपको आप TELUS में काम करती है. Is there any job opening for me or for my wife? तो हम लोग ये करना. Could you recommend? So see, this is the different. Like that's where we live in. So he's absolutely right.
Okay, great. Father Keren, we can't control others. Only thing we can control is our thoughts, our purpose,
definitely,
our vision of life. बिल्कुल सही कहा आपने. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let me go back to the previous format so that we can read more clearly. Thank you so much. Farwa कह रही है कि happiest in my eyes to see you three together. Thank you so much, Farwa. I really appreciate it. It's all the credit goes to you. You connected me to Fahad Bhai, and then we got connected with Nehal, and it's all great. It's all great. Thank you so much.
And it's because of them, Farwa and Fahad, that I am here today. Absolutely. And as I said it, like I have a huge respect for them, no matter what in life. And I did learn. I used to be, I'm not saying that I was like this since the beginning. Yes, when I was going through divorce, I was letting of other people affect me. कि इसने ये क्यों कह दिया, वो क्यों कह दिया. And that's where he taught me, like, Just focus on yourself, what you could control. लोग
Well,
कहेंगे, कहने दो. One day that you just focus, you're doing so great. Just when you will start focusing on yourself, control your own emotions and your purpose in life,
well,
follow that. And that's what I did. And because
yeah.
of him, like
Follow
I
your heart.
can tell, like
Well,
this is where I am today.
good, very good. Farwa कह रही हैं कि Nehal, you're coming
Inshallah.
sooner or later. She is coming to Pakistan sooner or later. Absolutely, she is. आजाद सोच वाला भाई कह रहे हैं कि awesome and thank you so much जी, बहुत शुक्रिया. फरवा कह रही हैं कि she will be somewhere else on next level in next 2 years. Keep an eye. Absolutely, absolutely.
We all will be. We don't stay where we are. We
Right.
always upgrade our thoughts, upgrade our in every aspect, career, personal life. We always do upgrade. Our problems do get upgraded too.
Well, they go to the next level too, right?
Yeah,
Exactly. बिल्कुल सही कहा आपने. फरवा कह रही हैं कि hope that gladiator burger would be yum. Yes, yes, absolutely, फरवा. आप जब यहाँ आएंगी तो definitely आपको try करवाएंगे.
I
And
heard about slang that is called Lahori burger boy in Lahore. That's what they call.
हाँ,
Burger just reminds me of that slang.
Sylvia करेंगे. Thanks God I did not get married. नहीं नहीं, शादी का लड्डू जिसने खाया
करो,
वो.
it's beautiful. And don't see, अगर एक की जिंदगी में कुछ होता है तो that does don't connect it to yourself. Everybody has their own journey.
Well,
I would be open to, like, I have seen my friends and other people who I'm in proximity great. They have a great family. They're so happy in marriage. So
well,
don't have that perception. Don't judge by others people's experience. That doesn't mean that's going to happen to you.
well,
So as
well,
I said it, fear of known and fear of unknown. That's
well,
where you need to figure out.
बिल्कुल. Sylvia कह रहे हैं कि make it 2 hour program for the betterment of the program. Thank you so much. 2 hour बहुत ज़्यादा हो जाएगा. She has to get back to work as well. Sylvia Garvey कह रहे हैं कि Nehal ji is vocal and courageous. Absolutely. Courageous जो है वो इंसान को होना पड़ता है times. So definitely.
You'd need to.
Nehal, I wanted to ask you, what was the reason given to you, the cause of this breakup that happened? क्या कहा आपको? Definitely आपको कोई fault निकाला होगा कि जी ये you did this.
Not really, sir. So as I said it, I really got married at a very early age when
हम्म,
मुझे कुछ समझ नहीं थी,
ठीक
like,
है. हाँ, दिन में
and I have
आपका
never
हो
been in
गया.
a relationship before.
Right.
So it was kind of hard for me to adjust to, for him would be too. And we stayed together for 3.5 years.
हम्म,
We did. And yes, there were problems. We did not bond or had that deep connection
अच्छा,
with
clear.
each other
हम्म,
on a personal level,
हम्म,
but we were giving it a try. I was in a hope. Yeah, things got changed because what I had been taught before, problems होती है, हर किसी की जिंदगी में होती है. You gotta
बिल्कुल
find a way. And the
बिल्कुल.
main trigger, like, मैं हमेशा ये सोच के हमेशा I do let go things. मुझे पहले भी घर से बाहर निकाला हुआ था. This wasn't the first time that I got
Oh,
kicked out of the house. This was the second time actually.
oh my
And when
goodness.
I came home, I do still remember that word being said, that you're so shameless that despite of मैंने आपको घर से बाहर निकाल दिया,
और
फिर
आप
भी
क्या
आप
भी.
वापस आ गई. And that deeply hurt me. Like, okay, I am working full time. I do remember I worked 2 jobs. I did work there like from 6 in the morning till midnight as a hostess. Hostess is like in the Denny's and other
हम्म,
restaurants where you're
हम्म,
serving food to people.
हम्म,
Server. मैंने
हम्म,
टी मॉर्टन्स में काम किया हुआ था. उसके बाद मैं जाके वहां से दूसरी फूड चेन में. Working in the food industry is not easy. And when you're so well educated, there were so many things I did क्योंकि मुझे घर से यही सिखाया गया था, like,
हम्म,
you gotta make compromise. चीजें
बिल्कुल
होती रहती है, and I do
बिल्कुल.
understand myself too. There
Yeah.
are problems in everybody's life.
हम्म,
What triggered me, that this person, the day I come home from my work, and we're just in a fight as usual, and then we are coming home with this uh thing. When I open my closet, it's empty. I do these things. I did see different. I noticed couple different things in the house, and I'm like, what's happening? And then he said it. I did told the family we are getting divorced, and I just cannot. If you want, we can live separately. And for the sake of society, he wasn't that courageous at that point to be able to speak it, but he wanted the divorce too. And I didn't even talk to a family. I thought it's just a normal fight, like normally.
Yeah. Yeah.
But when I heard that, like, oh my God, like he is giving me a notice to
Mm.
be out of this house by tomorrow. He took all the belongings, like little things, I don't want to go into detail, like, but just little things, materialistic things, I would put it out that way. He took that, and I'm like, how can a person be can just stoop to this level? इतना कोई कैसे गिर सकता है?
Mm.
I'm his wife, not a random person. कि
Mm.
आप एक ही घर में रह के आप मेरी चीजें लेके मुझे ये कह रहे हो that you have to leave
Mm.
this house. उसके बाद, not just that, I did not had any credit card on my name or anything on my name. He took away a huge chunk of money from our joint account, transferred it to his account,
Wow.
and that was my trigger point. I'm done.
Mm.
And you trust me, we all come across to that ultimatum to ourselves. It comes with from inside, and when you're done, what's your threshold. And
Mm.
that was my threshold. Like, I'm done. It
Mm.
wasn't the money he took it. Yes, it did hurt, but
It
it
was a
wasn't the
gesture.
money that he
Yeah.
took it.
Well,
He broke me from inside. I said, there's nothing left in this relationship.
mm.
If a person could do such things, being a husband and wife, I don't think so. I
Mm.
do deserve here, or I don't think so. I do belong here.
Mm. Good.
And I did not work for 1 month. I quit my, not quit, like I was been asked to go on a stress leave because I was so stressed. As I said it, I had no money,
Mm.
literally not a single penny with me.
How
And
did you
I
survive?
was struggling. Where should I go? What I'm going to do in my life? I
Yeah.
had no clue where
Right.
how I'm going to start back on my feet. To have that mentor, to have that friend at that point of in your life who's not judging you or not saying you things you cannot do it, rather than he's saying it's okay,
Mm.
let him take whatever he took.
Whatever he can. Yeah.
He cannot take your identity. This
Absolutely.
is who you are, and you
You
have
will
a
remain.
bigger purpose in your life.
You
And
will remain. Yes.
I lost that respect for them. And after that, they started playing all the games, talking shit about me. I'm sorry, pardon my language. They started talking crap about me.
Mm.
And I'm like, this is not even true. I don't know how to fight back. I was struggling mentally. I was so mad, to not have financial support, to not have emotional support, to not have a job for a month. And you don't know where to go. You don't know where to start. And that is an ultimatum. And when you're done, you're done. I was done. No matter what I decided, if my parents support me or not, if my family supports me or not, if my friends or colleagues, whosoever in life supports me or not,
Mm.
this is for me. This is for me, and I had to do it for my inner life. I have been taking shit from people, from everybody. My family sometimes say it's okay, you just do this. They don't understand the trauma that I have been through. And I
Good.
don't want them to understand. That's
Mm.
my pain. This is my story. I don't want anybody else to understand. I understood that trauma has impacted my life, and it you know जो बचपन से चीजें हो रही थी वो सारी इकट्ठी हो गई थी मेरे दिमाग में, and I just
Mm.
bursted out saying that I'm done with everybody. I'm done with everyone. People can make judgment, people can talk whatsoever they wanted. They
Mm.
can take my money, belongings, take whatever you want. You cannot take away myself from me.
Yeah.
And this is my asset. I'm my biggest asset for myself.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So that's what it is.
That's good. Let me ask you another difficult question, Nehal. Was there somebody else in the triangle? Was there another woman involved?
No,
No. Okay. Okay.
there
Because
wasn't anything, not a guy or not a woman. It wasn't anybody that was involved, I would say. It's just, it's little things do impact. As I said it, part of it was my childhood, how I was grown up, and
Hmm.
slowly, I'm very patient. Yes, I'm short tempered, but मैं बहुत ही जल्दी गुस्सा भूल जाती हूँ. I cannot keep up on the grudges, or hold on to that. That's just not me.
Hmm.
I became more expressive in a way. जो भी होता है मेरे दिमाग, I just say it and I let it go. That's
ये
how I
just
am.
बिल्कुल
There
अच्छी
was
बात.
nobody involved.
हाँ.
आपकी लाइफ में कुछ चीजें बचपन से जो चल रही होती है. Wanted, this was my biggest hope, like
Hmm.
what I have gone through and how I can change my life with my husband. I had a vision. I had so many things. Who doesn't want a kid? Who doesn't want a family?
Hmm.
Yes, I have grown so much, but I do still want a family. I want to have a kid.
Hmm.
And it is okay to have all those expectations, but that is, you're expecting from yourself and from your life. If then you're involved in a marriage, it's a two-way process. You gotta
Absolutely.
be on the same page.
बिल्कुल.
And ये नहीं होता कि हमेशा, मुझे लोगों ने पूछा था उस टाइम पे, सेम क्वेश्चन आई गॉट आस्क्ड, कि कोई लड़की और थी या कोई लड़का और था जिंदगी में.
Hmm.
I wouldn't comment on that. It
Hmm.
was us that were not connected. We
Hmm.
were not bonded. We did not understood each other. We got married at early age. They had different perspective. He is way different, and I'm not saying he's wrong.
Hmm.
No, like, ठीक है, some of the actions were wrong,
Hmm.
but yes, it's the situational. I don't want to go into blaming him completely.
ठीक, अच्छी
Things
बात.
just did not work out. You don't have to be always like कि कोई मार पीटे आपको और ये चीजें करे. As I said it, जब उसने मुझे घर से बाहर निकाला था, जब ये चीजें की, that's when I think, really, like, really, you think कि आप मुझे ऐसे दबा सकते हो कि you took away all the materialistic thing out of my
बिल्कुल.
life and
बिल्कुल.
saying me, judging me. So is that, I realized he valued those things more than
Can you?
me as a person. So
Yeah.
it's better to let that person go away.
Okay.
It's good for him, it's good for me, and I'm grateful.
What about the baby? You said you wanted to have baby, and what about it?
Sir, I would pass on that. That's
You.
something, uh, it's a very different thing, and I don't discuss about the kids, or let's just leave that, I would say.
Take. That's fine. That's great. Let's take some more comments, and then we'll hop on
Sure.
to the segment. Um, चलिए ये हमने कमेंट ले लिया था. Thank you. Nehal, what would you do differently if you could go back in time? अच्छा अच्छा सवाल है.
That's good question, and I think it's him only. He commented, or the other person. Being vocal, I have never been this vocal. I have never been expressive. मैं
Hmm.
हमेशा चीजें अंदर घुट घुट के मर जाती थी कि भाई
Hmm.
मैं किसी से express नहीं कर पा सकती थी. Like in my childhood too, the whatever things I was going through, I
Hmm.
wasn't able to express it very well. I didn't have that courage to talk.
Hmm.
And trust me, it was a nightmare. I used to still get nightmares about what happened in the childhood.
Hmm.
Nobody's to blame, but I'm saying that that has impacted me so much, and I have been in trauma for years and years. So the one thing that I could change is like being vocal. I wish I was this vocal with my parents, with whom I grew up, my uncles, my family
Hmm.
members, you know, like I wish I could be more courageous and be expressive to them. I do love my dad, and it's not a joke. I do love him from bottom of my heart. So that's something that I wish I could change.
Awesome.
That build more connection.
Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing that. Farwa is saying, we love you, Nehal. Thank you so much. We all do. We all do. Thank you. Thank you so much. And Sunika Ray saying a breaking point does come in a relationship when things go bitter, but dark clouds do have a silver lining. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you. All right. So I think it's time. I know. I know. It's difficult. It's hard. It's hard. It's hard. Yeah. But you're doing great. You're
Thank
unstoppable.
you.
You're marvelously unstoppable. So yes. Would you like to share with us your three habits, good or bad?
Three habits would be I laugh at too much these days and for no reason. Even that I do get mad, I try to figure out just laugh it off. Trust
Absolutely.
me.
Laugh it off.
Just laugh it off. If
That's
do
good.
people tell me anything, I just laugh it off and let it go through my brain. Second habit I say is feeding my mind. I started reading books during COVID
Mm,
that I live alone in this house and COVID has aparted me from my friends in different ways whom I always seek, stay connected, learn from it, who are empowering. Like I think the proximity. I like to be in
mm,
right people's proximity.
mm,
And I started reading books. Reading books did help me a lot during that time when I didn't have nobody to talk. There was a time like I do have people, I did have that friends that I just share my daily routine just for no reason to that friend.
mm,
But
mm.
nothing is permanent. People's priority changes and it's for good. Like, people have their own goals to work on as well, so not everybody's going to be available to you. So start utilize that time. Be mindful, like read some good stuff, feed your mind, feed your thoughts. And I started reading books and that is helping me through. And
Wow.
don't blame anybody. I stopped blaming anybody. I always and I don't even be harsh on myself. I do not just keep blaming myself for everything. That's not right too.
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
just let it go. Don't take everything so personal. Don't take little problems in your life too many. And the other habit is I love biking. I explored uh, a new hobby. I remember when I was a kid, I had one bicycle and it got stolen. When आप ट्यूशंस जाते थे उस टाइम पे
हाँ, खड़ी की
ट्यूशंस में
कोई
से
ले
कोई
गया।
चुरा के ले चला गया। घर पे पिटाई हो गई। कहते तुमने जरूर किसी को दे दी होनी है साइकिल, तुमने चलानी नहीं थी, ये नहीं। उसके बाद मुझे कभी बाइक मिली ही नहीं है। लाइक बाइक इज इन साइकिल, दैट्स व्हाट वी से हियर। सो
Yes.
मुझे कभी मिली ही नहीं। So this summer I'm like, Canada is so beautiful. I love, there's so many beautiful trails that it's a therapy, it's a meditation. So biking is the third hobby that I developed. कि मुझे बहुत अच्छा लगता है being in the nature, riding through, going through that walk. It's just amazing. And I did drove about uh, more than 300 kilometers in a couple of months. So
Wow.
I am looking forward for a summer
Wow.
and I just want to go out more in the nature. That's about it.
Absolutely. बाइक को लेकर के मेरी भी एक छोटी सी स्टोरी है नेहल, आपके साथ शेयर करूंगा मैं। वो ये है कि व्हेन आई वाज किड, छोटा सा था, मैं प्राइमरी स्कूल में पढ़ता था। तो हम मेरा ताल्लुक एक गांव से है, बहुत ही एक रिमोट गांव, इंटीरियर सिंध में, पाकिस्तान में। और मेरे वालिद साहब जो थे वो हकीम थे, जो नेचुरल हर्बल मेडिसिन से इलाज करते हैं, हकीम जो होते हैं। तो ही हैड अ बाइसिकल, ठीक है। और उनके पास कोई और वो नहीं था सवारी का जरिया, बाइसिकल थी। अच्छा, he used to do his clinic and then he used to use that bicycle to go to remote areas to see patients, ठीक है। अच्छा, he used to keep it in perfect order, perfect condition, हर चीज ठीक होती थी। One day he wasn't home, so and I was so fond of riding that bike. I took that bike and I took it to the nearby canal, और वो canal के side में there is a big क्या कहना चाहिए, बंद बना होता है उसको, ताकि canal को control में रखा जाए। So I rode it from the top and I was coming down. While coming down, somehow I couldn't control it and I fell down and I broke the bike. So, and I brought it back and then I just put it in the house. And now I was praying, God, forgive me for this.
Oh,
Baba came and he saw that um, broken bike, because he had to go to see a patient and he couldn't go because the bike was broken. That bicycle was broken. He didn't say anything to me, but and he couldn't afford at that time. He had to support 8 family members. He was the only bread and butter earner. He didn't buy a bike for me, but and he was great father. He didn't say anything to me. He got fixed
oh.
with the bike, and But again, that passion really stayed, and I still love biking, and so we have that trait in common. So thank you so much for sharing. मुझे याद आ
It's
गया.
great. I did fell, and trust me, see, when I said it, when I fall, I know like coming down from the steep hill, that's scary. And I was on the gravel. I fell off like, oh my God, so bad. And I'm laughing. My
Yeah,
friends were there with me and they're like, why you're laughing? And then I said it, what I'm gonna do? I fell, I fell. I got
that's it.
hurt, I got hurt. And they're like,
Exactly.
we could go back home. And I'm like, no, I'm gonna finish this kilometers that we planned for today and
Wow,
I'm gonna do it.
wow. Kudos to you. Thank you so much. Maninder is saying kudos. Oh my goodness. Kudos to Nehal for not giving up and staying strong. Absolutely, absolutely. Thank you. आजाद सोचा लग करेंगे. So nice of you, Nehal. Thank you so much. बहुत शुक्रिया,
Thank
बहुत
you.
शुक्रिया. चलें जनाब, मेरे ख्याल है बहुत सारी बातें हो गई हैं और let's hop to the segment which is called U and Q. Q for Qureshi.
Cute.
So आप और मैं, ठीक है.
ठीक है.
इसमें मैं आपसे 2 मल्टीपल चॉइस सवाल पूछूंगा और फिर एक रैपिड फायर होगा. मैं आपको एक लफ्ज दूंगा, उस लफ्ज को लेकर जो भी आपके जहन में बात आ रही है अनसेंसर्ड, वो आपने कह देनी है, ठीक है.
Can't be true. Can't be that.
All right, ready for the questions. 2 मल्टीपल चॉइस सवाल हैं.
Okay.
पहला सवाल है आपसे कि आप एक बॉलीवुड में एक फिल्म बन रही है एंड यू हैव बीन selected as a heroine of that film, and you have signed a contract to be a heroine in that movie. Which hero you gonna pick?
So are you gonna give two choices, as you said?
Pick any. So I'll give you choices. Hamesh Reshamia, all right. Amitabh Bachchan.
No,
Or
sir. I do. I'll say my answer right there.
हाँ,
I
क्या?
would pick Iron Man. That's my hero, and I wish like Robert Downey Jr. I just love that guy. I
Okay,
do love that guy.
okay.
And Tony Stark, like not Iron Man, I would say Tony Stark. That's whom I'm crazy fan of. So I would pick Tony Stark.
चलें, गुड हो गया. टोनी स्टार्क आपने पिक किया. दूसरा सवाल आपसे है कि आप उसी फिल्म में हीरोइन हैं और आपको ये चॉइस दी गई है कि यू कैन पिक योर साइड हीरोइन. You cannot pick your bestie, but pick any famous co-stars. किसको लेंगे आप?
I would pick. You cannot say your friends. I was gonna say Farwa.
नहीं, फ्रेंड नहीं. हाँ, किसको लेंगे आप?
There's this actress Chitrangda Singh, whom she is very not that popular, but her life story has inspired me in many ways. Not to get on controversy, so I'll pick Chitrangda Singh. Let's put it that way.
Great. चलें जी, रैपिड फायर में सबसे पहला वर्ड है घर.
Ghar. Ghar is house is where your heart belongs to.
Awesome. Chai, tea.
Chai, cha di pyali without your yar is not fun.
Nice way
With
to put it.
rusk.
Nice way to put it. Thank you. Hawa, air.
It is important to feel your soul. It keeps you alive. So breathe like deeply, like meditate. Breathing is so important. It changes your body language. It changes your brain. It's really useful. Try to go for 15 minutes in the early morning. I would say ठंडे पानी से तो नहाना चाहिए, लेकिन साथ में उसके बाद बाहर आके 15 मिनट breathing भी कर लेनी चाहिए in the fresh air, in the nature.
आप ठंडे पानी से नहाए कि नहीं नहाए, आप ये बताएं. नहीं ना? हाँ, मैं भी नहीं.
I tried once and I'm like, I'm too scared, but like I will start doing that. And as Fahad said, when you can't, you must. And I would admit I haven't done it yet, but I'm intrigued to do that.
बिल्कुल. Thank you so much. Next word है घोड़ा, horse. Horse, घोड़ा.
You should bet on the right horse.
Yes, you're right. Very good, TK. Next word है mountain, पहाड़.
Mountains are calling. It's beautiful. We here, I do go with my friend Neelam. She really loves, she's the person who loves the mountains the most.
Wow.
And I do explore mountains. Even in winter, we recently went, and it just makes you feel forget all your worries. It shows you that you can reach the great height in your life, and
Wow.
it's mountains are really inspiring, and it helps you motivate in your life, and just to be in the nature, it's good. So
It is
yeah.
awesome. Awesome. Next word is biryani.
Biryani, I love Pakistani biryani. I
That's
love it.
next word है flower, फूल.
Flower, it's I'm so intrigued by it. As soon as I hear flower, just one name comes in my mind, and that is Eliza.
हाँ, क्या बात है.
My
Well,
friend's daughter, she calls me flower
huh,
for, and she's like 7 years old, 7 years.
wow.
And yeah, that's the one good label that I love it. And I did let that label, I did become my identity.
Awesome, awesome. That's great. Next word है चमचा, spoon.
I, oh my God. I'm the official chamchi, I would say.
अच्छा, that's great. Next word है दोस्त, friend.
Friends are really important in your life. They do uplift you all the time, even in your hardest time, difficult times. And I would love to add a little bit more. I know it's Q&A, but there are some precious friends in your life. And the one advice I would give to everybody,
Mm,
don't let that go, don't let that precious gift go away from your life. And even if
mm,
it does, be thoughtful. Don't speak bad about that person that who empowers you so much, who has impacted your life. Friends are really important. They always do encourage, but they
absolutely.
have their own priorities too. So don't forget in the hardest time who have stood for yourself, who were been there for you. आप माशाल्लाह जिंदगी में जितनी चाहे मर्जी तरक्की कर लो, don't forget them. No,
Mm,
because they were there at your hardest time. चाहे
good.
आप जिंदगी में 10 साल आगे बात करें ना करें,
Mm,
speak good about them. Things change, priorities change, and as I said, it that doesn't mean that you lose connection. That
no,
connection is gonna always stay there. That
neither.
friendships is so strong, it's gonna be always there. So
Good.
just forgive, forget, and own your mistakes. Try, if it's so precious to you, don't let that ego come alter your friendship.
Good.
Focus on yourself rather
Good.
than just, you never know the other person's situation. So
True.
just be focus on the good stuff, on the friendship, the memories that you build, the greatest time you spend it, and that is precious to you in your life.
Awesome. Awesome. Next word है पड़ोसन, neighbor.
Paros and my parosis are Gujaratis too, and luckily, unluckily, they are friends of my ex-husband.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. चलें, ठीक है. Next word है मोहब्बत, love.
Love is important. Love, and it's not necessarily, it's, boyfriend girlfriend wala love, yeah, relationship wala love. Love can be in any form.
True.
And as I said it, I always felt I will never be loved enough, but
Mm,
I cannot ever say that again in my life, as I have been loved by my friends, families, friends, family, whom I call my family.
yeah.
I have been incredibly loved, and I'm so grateful. And that's the reason that keeps me alive, even though I live alone. That's the love from my colleagues, from at my work, and people's love, that is the necessity, and that keeps me alive, and I do love selflessly back. So it's
Awesome.
important.
That's great. That's great. Thank you. Next word is ullu, owl.
I am a lucky pati, sometimes I would say it, and my friends say that too. So Ullu is a lucky pati.
Ullu is ullu की बात है. अच्छा, ठीक है. Next word is success, कामयाबी.
Success is important, and success is not always career success. Success is could be your personal development too. That could be a success for you as well, for different people. So be yourself and celebrate small wins, celebrate every success in your life with friends, families who supported you. Don't forget them. Like, give credits. People do like sometimes giving credits in this
Mm.
world. We
Yeah,
get involved so much into our own self that we do forget that who who were the person in your life helped it.
true.
So celebrate your success with those people.
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल. और नेक्स्ट वर्ड है दिल, हार्ट.
Still, I have a huge heart, just like this, and
Awesome.
it's open. I keep an open heart, open mind,
Good.
and I welcome all the opportunities the universe has to offer for me.
Awesome. Awesome. लास्ट वर्ड है कनाडा.
Canada, oh Canada. Canada has given me so much. I love it. It's a beautiful country, and I wouldn't have met incredible people if I wouldn't came to Canada.
Awesome.
And I would say that I do value things in my life that I have worked hard for.
True.
Whether it's friendship, whether it's a job, whether
Good.
it's my house, whether it's any little things, I will love that and I will embrace that more. The one thing I never talked much about it, like being Canadian, and that was the gift that my ex-husband gave me. I didn't work hard for me, like work hard. There are people, जो immigration lawyers, इतने
Mm.
सारे process से जाते हैं. So
Mm.
this is what I meant when I said it, that it was a blessing for me
Mm.
in this context. That I was grateful because of him. I came to this country,
Mm.
and I met incredible people. I got an opportunity to learn, grow, evolve.
हाँ,
So I'm thankful for that.
great, awesome. और ये मैं आपको अर्ज करूं नेहल कि ये आपका बड़ापन है. This is your greatness to acknowledge that. So thank you so much for doing that.
Always.
Awesome. कुछ और कमेंट और उसके बाद हम एंड करेंगे शो को. बहुत शुक्रिया जनाब. अच्छा जी, ये हमने कमेंट लिया था. अली भाई ने कहा थैंक यू बोथ फॉर लवली टॉक. थैंक यू सो मच फॉर हॉपिंग. बात भाई कह रहे हैं कि पानी लाओ पानी लाओ. हाँ, when you had emotional moments, बात भाई ने कहा पानी लाओ, ठंडा ठंडा पानी. जवेरिया कह रही हैं आई डू लव द राइड बाइसिकल. थैंक यू सो मच. क्या बात है जनाब, बहुत शुक्रिया. और वो कह रही हैं कि लेट्स मेक अ मूवी. अच्छा, कोई मूवी बन रही है. अच्छा, चलें चलें. कोई छोटा मोटा रोल मेरे लिए भी अगर हो तो प्लीज देखिएगा, अगर मूवी में कोई.
Yeah, we should make a movie named Unstoppable, and then we should be all sharing our life stories and journey. Let's do it for one.
Let's do that, Farwa. Let's do it. You got it, Farwa. Thank you so much. चलें जनाब, फाइनल मैसेज क्या देंगी आप नेहल, हमारे व्यूअर्स को क्या कहना चाहेंगे आप?
The final message I would love to give to everybody, just be yourself, be authentic. That way you don't have to worry about uh, uh, impressing other people, or like, letting them give their opinions. Opinions are good, but just work for yourself. The change starts within yourself. Don't discourage yourself by the outer world. And as I said it, the desire of being more positive, for more positive experience, is itself a negative experience. Embrace negative experiences in your life too, because that is a positive attitude towards your life. No matter what happened to you, I'm sure there are so many people out there facing more serious problems and in their life, and everybody does come across problems. So please, problems never stop. Just happiness comes from solving problems. Try to focus on yourself, how you can solve that, and how you can change yourself. Do it for yourself, not for others, not for your husband, not for your wife, not for your friends, not for your kids. It is for yourself. And when you are happy, like just like Fahad, he amplifies his energy. He doesn't need to, he's not doing it for significance or get praised by everyone else. He didn't pay me under the table to speak for him. It's the impact, it's the energy he carries. He helps so many people selflessly, without any expectations. So don't expect, you don't won't necessarily receive the same thing from the same person, But when you're doing it full heartedly with your good intention, the universe, the world's gonna give you back in different forms. So please, please, please be authentic. Just be yourself and just live in the present. Don't stuck yourself in the past, or don't worry too much about the future. Live in the present, live in the moment, and enjoy that. Embrace uncertainty, and that's about it.
Awesome. Great, great message. Thank you so much. Two final comments. Uh, Sunil by saying make it a 2 hour, maybe cannot, or almost there, but no, more satisfying for everyone. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Pros and extensions, impactful thoughts, Nelly. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. All right. नेहल पटेल साहबा ड्रीम्स टेलीविजन की तरफ से, द एजाज कुरैशी शो की तरफ से, मेरी तरफ से, on behalf of everyone who watched us on Twitch television as well as on YouTube channel, um, thank you so much for hopping on
Thank
the
you so
show.
much for having me on the show. And I would love to thank FK and the whole team for impacting the life and showing so much support and love on the show. I really appreciate to everybody. And thank you so much, Ijaz sir. Many more to come, and you're doing tremendous. You're giving a opportunity and that platform for everybody. So thank you so much for having me. It's a privilege. I really appreciate.
I remain humbled and obliged. Thank you so much.
Thank
Really
you. And
appreciate it.
love you, Pakistan, India, Canada, all countries. Love you all.
Thank you. Thank you. All right. Take care of yourself. It has been a wonderful show. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Thank
Inshallah, we'll stay connected.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye bye. Viewers, that was Ms. Nehal Patel, all the way from Edmonton, Canada, and she shared her life story. And the topic of the day was don't let anyone label your identity. You just be yourself and keep up the good work that you're doing, no matter what and what conditions. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining. Until next time, this is your host, Aijaz Qureshi, saying goodbye. Take care of yourself and people around you. Allah Hafiz.